What's up guys, it's Michio coming at you with another RPG Maker review. Today we're going to be looking at Eela. Released on August 9th, 2014 by Salazar. Eela is a fairly short adventure horror game. Considering the length of this game, this review is going to be pretty short, so I'm going to put this one off as a mini review, mainly because the story is really the only thing that stood out in this game, so it's the only thing I really have a lot to say about. In the RPG Maker community, there's a pretty big collection of short games like this, so whenever I come across one of these, I'll be labeling it as a mini review. But without further ado, let's get right into Eela. In the game, you play as a girl named Eela, who is traveling with some friends to her childhood home. Eela believes by returning home she can solve the mystery of her recurring nightmares. These nightmares are often very disturbing for Eela, mostly because they involve the perishing of her friends, and the discovery of two lockets, one of which belongs to her, the other she does not remember having. While traveling back home, you and your friends suddenly become lightheaded, and you wake up hours later by yourself, where you discover a lamp and begin your journey to your childhood home. While searching for your friends, you delve more into Eela's past, and eventually the story wraps up to a pretty happy ending. Now, I know I said this about Eyes Without a Face, but I really would love to see this story expanded a little bit more. You get pretty much the bare minimum with these types of games, and I think that it would be a lot more enjoyable if they extended the plot. Now, just like Eyes Without a Face, this story ties up all its loose ends as well, but again, you get that bare bones minimum storyline. It's almost as if this didn't even really need to be a game. It could have just been like a short story. I think some more gameplay mechanics would have added to the story and made this game a little lengthier without making it boring or too fast. Because it really did feel a bit rushed, a bit too fast for the story that they were trying to convey. I mean, some of the characters they talk about this game you never even meet, or you have maybe 2 to 3 conversations with at the most, which felt unfulfilling. Again, I enjoyed the ending, but I think this game would have benefited from more gameplay and a lot more character development. Without really spoiling anything, one of the characters does meet an unfortunate end, but you really don't feel anything for the character. You didn't really get a chance to know anything about them, so when this does happen, it's kind of more passed off as shrug, which is not something that you want out of someone perishing. Someone losing a friend shouldn't be so passed off as just which brings me back to the point of character development. If this character would have been more developed, maybe I would have felt something. But I didn't. And that's where the game falls short. You know, in all honesty, I was going to give this game a much higher rating than I ended up giving it, but I don't really think I was reading over my thoughts on the game as critically as I should have been. I really just wanted to write an easy review like, oh, this game was great, this game was the best, oh, the story was awesome, it was just, gameplay was great, I loved it, it was pretty, blah blah blah. But I just couldn't do it this time around. I had to rewrite what I had originally written down because it was a little too unfair, in my opinion, to review a game so highly when I know that even if one person watches this review and goes to play the game, they're gonna be like, what? With that being said, I gotta give Eela a 6 out of 10. While I did enjoy the framework of the story, there was little to no character development at all, and besides a few chase segments, the gameplay was pretty much non-existent. It felt a little too easy, a little too perfectly laid out, and again, without giving too many spoilers, there is a part near the end of the game where you have to make a decision that's supposed to feel important, but it falls short, and it's pretty much interchangeable, because you really don't feel anything for the people that this decision affects. And while I do recommend you play this game, even though I did give it such a low rating, it's more of a like, hey, if you have a spare hour or so, maybe check this game out. Because you still got to acknowledge that somebody worked hard on this game and they gave it their best shot, but that's why there's criticism, so we can let them know what we didn't like about the game and how they can improve if they make another installment or just another game in itself. And that's really why I like doing these reviews, because I try and get the videos right to the creators so that they know what I thought of the game, maybe what other people thought of the game. If you guys voice your opinions in the comments, I feel it could really go on to help these people make better games so that we don't feel limited by enjoying the RPG Maker experience. As always, I will have a download link below for the needed software to play these games and for Eela, so you can try it out for yourselves. And I would love if you would post in the comments what you thought of this game, if you think you want to give this game a shot based on what I've said about it today, or if you have any recommendations for games that you think I should review next week. I'm always looking for recommendations. I would love it if you guys would give me some. The whole reason I make these videos is for you guys to enjoy, and I would love it if you'd give me some feedback. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I love making these videos. I do a video every week, and I'll see you then for my next review. So, bye guys.